Before we continue to the Debus procession, warning. The following video contains blood, gore, and self-injury. Viewer discretion is advised. Indonesia. Indonesia has many kinds of cultures and traditions. Cultures is the result of human creativity that can make valuable values for both themselves and society. Therefore, must always be preserved, developed, and disseminated to the public. Culture always growing, so it will generate a new culture and traditions. One of the characteristics of Indonesia which are still exist until nowadays is traditional art, which must continue to be preserved. The growth and development of regional arts cannot be separated from the characteristics of people's lives. Almost every region in Indonesia has an art that describes the local area and has a different historical background and social context. In the context of art, generally Banten society cannot be separated from the influence of Islam. One of the arts that has developed in Banten until nowadays is Debus. Debus is martial art of the Sundanese people of Banten in the province of Banten. This art demonstrates human abilities that are immune to sharp weapons, toxic water, and others. The player will try to injure themselves. The history of Debus. The history of Debus has several versions. The first version. Debus introduced during the Maulana Hasanuddin's government in Banten at the 16th century, 1532 to 1570. At that time, Debus used to spread Islam. At the reign of Sultan Agung Tirtayasa, 1651 to 1692, Debus became an instrument to encourage fighting spirit of the people of Banten against the Dutch colonialists. The second version is Debus came from the Middle East area named Al-Madad in the 13th century, who was introduced to Banten as a way to spreading Islam at that time. The third version mentions that Debus came from the Rifayah Nuruddin al-Rani sect, who entered Banten by the guards of Cutnyadin, 1848 to 1908, which was exiled by the Dutch government from Sumedang. One of the guards who can do Debus introduced and teach Debus to the people of Banten. Debus in Sundanese means penetrate. Also in Arabic means an iron rod weapon with a round pointed tip. For some ordinary people, Debus art is quite extreme. Islamic point of view. Majelis Ulama Indonesia Banten stated, not all types of Debus are haram, but only those that contain shirk, magic, the help of jinns, demons, spell, and contradict to Islam teachings are haram. According to goodnewsfromindonesia.com, the Debus tradition is similar to Islamic tradition, that is by reading Al-Quran and zikir from a mursyid, Sufism teacher, or ustad. These prayers are often recited slowly and melodiously during self-injury performance. Recitation of Al-Quran and zikir is an effort for asking protection from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. So, the Debus players are given safety. Debus location. Debus performances are ideally held in an open field, so the players are free to do their attractions. Before performing the performance, the ustad or sheikh will do some special ritual, which essentially asks God to carry out the Debus performance. During the Debus performance, traditional music are played by the accompanies until the end of the attraction. Salawat is also recited by the accompanies and ustad during the performance. The song is in Arabic, containing praise and worship to the mighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon you. The songs are not influenced by the other culture like Sundanese culture, Javanese culture, etc. Debus schedule. According to researchgate.com, there are 13 events, but we simplified it onto only 11 main events. The first one is Gemberung. Gemberung is the opening of the Debus procession. Waditra played for 2 until 3 minutes. Waditra is a bunch of Sundanese traditional instruments. It is similar to Javanese karawitan. The second one is Zikir. The Zikir sing a song that contains praise of worship, to the majesty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The third event is Buluk. Buluk is a kind of song that sing with a loud and high vocal range. During the Buluk attraction, then two pesilat with Banten style came out and demonstrating the Banten silat. The fifth event is the Debus performer will stab each other with Debus mace. Next, they will peeling coconut with their teeth. Next, they will do one of the most extreme performance. They will slice their body part with a very sharp knife and it bleeded. Then they wash it with water. And surprisingly, the wound is gone. The eighth event is they will slicing their tongue with a very sharp knife. The other extreme attraction is washing their body with hard water.